Welcome back, listeners and viewers. You have found your way again to the Meandering Mixtape. Today, we are talking about the Carnation 4th of July celebration, a day and a half ish of all kinds of events happening right here in Carnation, the beautiful town and city of Carnation, where we record the Meandering Mixtape. And I am here with some very special guests. I'd like to introduce the president of the Carnation 4th of July all volunteer organization, Megan Mellon. Megan, let people know your voice and give us a little background on the 4th of July group and how that comes together.
It is so nice to be here, Ryan. We freaking love these couches. We are already at home. We may be camping here in the future, so submit the permits now. But it's nice to meet you all. I'm Megan Mellon, and I live here in downtown Carnation. The 4th of July Committee is its own 501c3 organization. So we've been a nonprofit since like 1985, we think. We have like old timey bylaws from like a typewriter and stuff. So that's really fun. And we meet year round. We're a 12-month operation. So as soon as 1/4 is over, we kind of hot wash it and set up for the next one, which is really fun. And we have 15 plus folks on the committee, different orgs and families that come together to make this thing happen so that the kids and families in Carnation can come out and just have a blast. Usually on the first super sunny day of the year, I feel like we are living in San Diego right now in Beachland, Washington. So we're hoping for great weather on the 4th again this year and a really fun day with fireworks and family and friends.
Yeah, absolutely. And when you were walking in, we were chatting a little bit about you like to take as much time as possible and really plan over the 12 months. There's a couple other groups that, through just people's time, they crunch and they get it done. But everybody works a little bit differently. And so, if you want to get involved with the 4th of July celebration here in Carnation, now's the time,
It's a great
and they
time.
can keep you working throughout the year. It is a lot of planning that goes into this one. The other guest we have today, super excited for Sarah Strauss. Bow.
Ba, yeah, ba, ba. It's
we
all good.
We're going to get it.
Sarah Strauss. We've we've been talking about Sarah's last name because I mispronounced it when she first walked in, and now it's embedded in my brain that I may never get it right, unfortunately. But Sarah, you're with Seattle Theater Group (STG). You are the Associate Director of Community Programs. Let the people hear your voice and tell us what that means. What are the community programs at STG?
Thank you so much, Ryan. I'm excited to be here. Thanks for inviting me to come on the Meandering Mixtape. I'm from Seattle Theater Group, STG. We're the nonprofit that runs the Paramount, the Moore, the Neptune Theater, Fifth Avenue in Seattle. Of course, Carnation, Remlinger Farms concert series, which is one of our favorites to be out in Carnation. And then we also have Cary Hall, which is our Center for Education and Community Engagement. So I get the lucky job of overseeing the community engagement part, which is there's a lot of different things for all ages. We have professional development for artists, whether you're a visual artist, a musician, a dancer. We have classes, workshops. We have panels talking about music business. We have if you're interested in going to a show and then getting connected with those artists, the national touring artists, international touring artists that come to our region, we connect those touring artists with folks in the area, with artists in the area for things like talkbacks, which is after the show, you get to meet the artists and ask them questions. We have sound checks where musicians open their sound check where they're getting ready for the concert, and some of our up and coming emerging artists can learn about how to get ready for a concert and what that takes, the behind the scenes. We have an advisory committee, community advisory group, which actually Greg from Snow Valley Pride has been a part of. So yeah, there's a lot going on in our region and with Seattle Theater Group, where we have these beautiful historic venues, but then we're also out in the area as well.
We love Greg. Greg, hi.
Hi, love Greg.
We should talk about that so much more. I was doing a little bit of research, just refreshing my memory on all the things that STG does, and now my feed is filled with all your open calls to join all the youth programs, songwriting seminars and classes and camps and everything that's going on. And so definitely, if you are trying to get into the music business, STG has you covered with quite a bit of education. And we're going to talk about the lineup that you've brought to Remlinger for the fourth, which are pretty much all alumni as part of your program. And so Carnation's going to, well, Carnation, I don't know if you're ready, but we'll talk about that. It is quite the special lineup, but we want to dive in and give everybody what the day and a half looks like for the fourth, so you are ready. But let's start with the big one that I think always, for some reason, throws everybody off. Starting at 8:30, the road closes.
I think 8 a.m. we close the
8
road.
a.m.
Yeah.
So at 8
The official
a.m.,
start time of the road
yes,
closure.
it is our turn to close 203, and so 203 will be closed
203 will be closed from
by
8 to 3
8 to
on the 4th
3.
of July. That's a Saturday this year. Switches
Yes,
around, but this year it's a Saturday. So plan your gas trips, plan your groceries, have your propane tank ready because at 8 a.m. you'll see those big barricades go up. Helped in huge part by our friends at CERT, which is like these are
yes.
community emergency response volunteers. Please, please, please be nice to the barricade people. They are so kind. They are the people who will help you out in a flood or other situations. So bring them cookies and joy, and please do not try to sneak around them because they help keep the event safe for everybody, for residents and for people of all ages who visit.
Absolutely. And not only the closure, but the detour,
The detour.
because we can't stop people from moving north to south.
Yeah.
That's not going to happen. So there is a detour. The other big news, you cannot park on the detour route.
Cannot park on the detour route. Why? Because we have like semis. That's the big reason. People are like, why can't we? But we've got semis turning corners like at 90-degree angles. So it is not really safe for your vehicle. Also, if you were able to park without a semi hitting you, your door being open and kids running everywhere, it's just not a normal route. So this is why we clear the detour for your safety, your kids' safety, visitors, and the big trucks who are not necessarily used to that route.
Yeah, absolutely. And CERT is there to help you navigate that,
Bingo.
and they will answer all your questions, and they will help you. They
Yeah.
understand that this is a little bit of an inconvenience, but it's just part of the day. And it is a way to keep everybody safe and give us the ability to have a parade and people on the street and all of that fun stuff. And we do it once a year.
Yeah, once a year and it makes downtown super walkable.
Yeah.
So like don't forget, like IGA will be open. You can go, I mean, maybe your propane tank, you wanted it in advance, but like you can go get a bag of ice, whatever is needed. Like those stores will be open. So go on foot, but it's just nice to kind of plan ahead. And then that way you're ready to enjoy on the day of.
And carnationfourth.org has a
That's the
map,
spot.
has a closure map, has a detour map. It's interactive. It's got everything marked. It's very well done. Check that out.
Ben
So,
Thompson, shout out to Ben Thompson, our map guy.
yeah,
He is a map guru. There are layers on the Google Map, so if that is for you, then boy, are you in for a treat when it
Ben,
comes to those maps.
shout out to Ben, who's a great advocate for safety here in the community and communication. If you see Ben, give him a big old wave. Super friendly guy. He's probably the one with the biggest smile out there. And again, just do what people ask. It's best for everybody. But we kick off on July 3rd
Do.
with a spaghetti dinner.
We do. July 3rd is a Friday this year. That's how we get to the 4th on a Saturday.
Well,
So maybe you have the day off. That's really awesome. July 3rd, the Senior Center Incarnation will kick everything off with spaghetti dinner. That's an awesome fundraiser for them. They work super hard to put together an awesome meal. So go ahead and get your ticket now. Go to the Senior Center website and you can reserve it in advance. There's different prices for adults and kids, which is really fun. So it's a great time to bring your family and just spend time together across generations and hearing those stories. At 7, Massey Ferguson will be at Miller's. So this is kind of fun. Last year on the 4th, we kicked off the very first show at Miller's outdoor music lawn, which is incredible. We used to try to cram everybody for a free concert in Miller's, and it would always be filled up in advance. So now the lawn has more room. I believe doors go at 5
Yeah.
for Miller's. Okay. So that's something that's just like a little bit secret menu type of thing. So check the Miller's Carnation, I believe it's millerscarnation.com website to find out when doors open, but that show is free. That's a sponsored show. So you do not need to buy a ticket, which means you may want to buy a body ticket by moving your body to the outdoor music lawn a little bit early because it did fill up last year. And usually they'll have some kind of food. They usually have drinks, non-alcoholic, and the bar open as well. So come and enjoy and just celebrate that beautiful space that Lee Arts Foundation and so many others put so much love into creating. It's really a new treasure.
Yeah, it is an amazing space, and Tolt Records does sponsor that series.
Thank
And so,
you.
yes, that allows it to be a free event that we can all join and participate with our community. Bring a little chair
Yep, good idea.
and
Yep.
sit out on the lawn and enjoy Massey Ferguson, who always brings the energy, and a local Seattle band that has been around for quite a while. And they still, I mean, we, so the road will not be closed on Friday night. And the reason I point this out is because last year, well, let's just say Massey Ferguson ran across the street in the middle of their show.
Mm.
So that was very,
Was it
so
Massey? Was it Dusty 45s? We have to pin it on the right guy.
I think
It
because
it might have been Massey. I don't know. I think it might have been Dusty 45s last year. But yes, the road is not formally closed. If you are listening and you are any of our favorite third bands, do not run across the street without
yes,
looking both ways,
both
please.
ways, even if you're
Okay?
playing your instrument.
That's right. If it's a flaming trombone, whatever it is, still please use regular traffic discretion. There will be, I forget about this sometimes, but basically after that Miller show closes down, a bunch of the parking will go offline.
Yes.
Okay. So the parking will be open right by Pete's, kind of on that east side of Bird Street. Most of it will be open for the 3rd so that people can get downtown. You can, if you're a senior center person, you can park over by the senior center. That we try to hold that open so that people have room to come into town. But the Massey starts at 7, probably 9-ish. They'll be kind of closing down. And at that time, you'll start to see our teams take the parking offline at Pete's. So if you're going to be at Pete's, another tip would be to park not right on the side street at Pete's. If you're going to be part of the late night crew, park on Tolt, park at your friend's house because all the side streets will all be open, but just park a little bit farther out than that East Bird Street Tolt Commons area because that will become Vendor Village. You don't need to think about that yet. But just on Friday, if you're going to be part of the late night crew, don't park right by Pete's, right? And that'll
Yeah.
avoid having to move your car.
Yeah. Yeah, good point. And you'll see the barricades with instructions of where the no parking is going to be. So yeah, if you are going to
Lots of
make it a
signage.
late night, just plan ahead. And we last year I remember having to leave some notes here and there
Yeah.
to remind people. So we want to make it easy on the all volunteer crew. So you're full of spaghetti.
Fill the spaghetti.
You've seen Miller's concert with Massey Ferguson, who is just going to bring the energy as they always do. And then something new this year,
Something new.
Snow Valley Pride
Snow Valley Pride.
over at the Triangle Park, which is that park just adjacent to Pete's,
That's right.
and which is almost across the street. Across the street and a little over from Miller's. Walk over for their kindness campfire.
They're going to do a kindness campfire. The Pride group has the cutest shirts right now and books and message that is kindness is our campfire. How much do we love that for our very woodsy valley? So they're going to have a big campfire out. Everybody is welcome to come and just enjoy and celebrate. That will be a fun little twilight moment where we get to kind of be in the sun as it goes down. It gets a little bit cooler outside. Something that is not directly on the poster, but we are very excited about is we have landed DJ Devin. Have you seen DJ Devin, aka Circuit Boy?
Circuit Boy, yeah.
Circuit Boy.
So I got that from Greg
Okay.
this morning. Hot off the press.
Hot off the press.
DJ Circuit Boy
DJ Circuit
will be
Boy.
there, and he's
be
got
there.
one of the greatest set of fans, roadies, followers. I mean, he brings a a crowd like you've never seen
Yeah.
of roughly 8 to 12-year-olds
Yeah.
and
Like,
younger.
it's like adolescent electronica fabulosity. Like, we saw him one time at Carnation Cafe and we could not forget it. And this year we're like, okay, what can we do on the 3rd? Can we put something right around sundown? And we're like, we have got to find the kid DJ.
Right.
And it turns out he lives in Carnation.
Yep.
We have heard he is a huge Carnation 4th fan, which of
He's a
course we are deeply humbled
massive
by.
draw.
And he's played at Pete's before. So
Yep.
like we're talking, emerging artist, like right in the pipeline. So we were so excited that he was able to stay up because it's a late set.
It is
when
a
you're
late
12.
set for him, yeah.
Yeah.
For sure. It's probably I don't know if he's played after the sun's gone down, so it'll be new. And STG, stay away. I'm signing DJ Circuit Boy well ahead of you grabbing him.
Fair enough.
No,
Ooh, I have one more about that, which
Yeah.
is the thing it's not on the poster, but it is now become an underground 3rd of July tradition. We have the light parade back this year.
Oh, okay.
I don't think it's even on the website. It's kind of our like little stealth Easter egg on the committee, but a couple years back, we were like, okay, what's the future of Carnation? Yeah, you look broadly, right? Because it's latent, right? The seeds are already in the ground before spring,
Yeah.
right? So you gotta feel into it. And we think that Carnation actually has this is a hot take from the 4th of July committee. We think there's a considerable resonance between Carnation's creative potential and Burning Man. All right.
Yeah.
Burners, they're salty, they're seasoned, but they have a soft heart. We're the heart of the valley in this space. And so we started asking the question a couple years back, how could we do something fun that kind of like stimulates that underground Burning Man spirit? So we found a couple friends from Burning Man who have these rad art cars, which are designed for the desert. We were going to do a light parade in the dark of winter as like a 4th of December or something, but they cannot be out in the rain. So instead, we were like, all right, put it on the 3rd. So the last couple years, you may remember, around sunset, 7 or 8 p.m., there have been a couple of Pac-Man ghost cars
Yes.
from Ghost Frequencies, Burning Man Camp. Sheldon and his crew come out and they are just bopping around Carnation. They are like blasting tunes. They are having a great time. Kids can come and take pictures with the Pac-Man, or the ghosts. They can get on them. I have heard a rumor this year that we may be joined not only by the ghost, but actually by the Pac-Man car
No.
this year, which I did not know existed. So the thing I love the most about the Pac-Man cars, besides the wonder of every generation, because they are just huge and they are like multicolored rainbow lights it just is so surreal to see them, is that the kids do not know what Pac-Man is, which is just one of those
how's that even possible?
it's like one of those modem noise moments where you're like, oh my God, there's a club that we're in because like we know what a floppy disk is and the kids do not know. So it kind of makes you feel like you have this secret world, but the kids are still really into it. So keep your eyes peeled. Part of why we're activating and we're so excited to have Greg and the Kindness Campfire is that it will give you a reason after Miller's is over to kind of stay down in that downtown core. You will get to see the Ghost Frequency cars. They will be taking pictures with all the Carnation landmarks. I heard a rumor they may have Otter Pops on board this year. Okay, so just, bring your safety scissors so you're ready to like cut the top and not just muscle it with your teeth. Okay. And get,
the dentist listening.
Yes, that's
Agree
key.
with that 100%.
So you can look forward to the light parade.
So just because we're a local podcast, I have to tell a local story.
I love this.
I don't know if it was last year or the year before, but I walked out of the Millers concert and the Pac-Man cars were there. And I just sort of like, I was going to Pete's, but I sort of jokingly said, can you give me a ride home? And like, well, where are you? And I said, I'm, a mile or so that way. And they said, sure. So I didn't skip that opportunity.
Yep.
My wife and I, Tracy, we jumped into the Pac-Man car. But what's better about that story is we had 2 cars because another car followed us. So we drive in the neighborhood. My neighbors across the street had just moved in. I don't even know if they had been here a week. And 2 Pac-Man cars stop in front of my house. And I hop out the back. And they come out of there and they have no idea what's going on or where they just moved to or what it like, I'm sure we live out in the country. People are
Yeah.
surprised that you can get an Uber out here.
Yeah.
And somehow I got a ride home on a Pac-Man car. And
I
so,
mean, what a great introduction.
yeah,
That's like,
exactly.
welcome to town. I think there,
Yeah.
it was an experiment the first year, and we were like, oh my God, are we gonna get in trouble? Like, it's they have insurance, they're insured, but like still, we just didn't know how it would go. But I think it does speak to this like wonder and whimsy and irreverence in like the creative spirit incarnation. Like folks who can, we can all be sticklery out here in our own ways, but just like the delight we saw in people's faces, it kind of hopefully like sets the tone like this is how we party.
Yeah.
Like it's fun and it's offbeat and it's not what you would expect. And I think those are some of the best qualities about how we get down in Carnation.
And I'll say to those that are listening who don't participate, and I'm calling you out for those who live in
You have been
town
called out.
and don't participate. This is not like Sammamish. This is not like Issaquah. This is not other places where you may have lived or come further out in the suburbs. Um, we are community driven. We interact with our neighbors. We show up at City Hall. There's just this larger and larger group of us that really feel impacted by everything that's happening, and so we want to be involved. And work hard, play hard. We are involved in the community and watching what's going on, and we have strong voices. And the flip side of that is we get together and we party, and
We
this is
play.
one of
Yeah.
our biggest parties of the year. The other being the Carnation Block Party, which I'm still recovering from that. But
So good.
this with the parade involves all ages, and so many different aspects of the community, um, that please come out and say
Yeah.
hello.
Or just peek out your window because you'll probably see the ghost cars,
Yeah, you never
and
know.
that's kind of
One
a
of your
fun
neighbors might be dropped off by
first
one of the
interaction.
ghost cars. Yeah,
And
so
you can
that
also, I will say, if you were like, actually, I am in my house, because some people are, right?
yeah,
Some people are like, I am not going out. We had a kid. We had a surgery. We actually had some neighbors that were in that situation a little while ago. So we're like bringing food by, right?
yeah,
If you were just, you're not an outside dog at this phase of your life, love that for you. If you go interact with us on the Carnation Fourth Facebook page, it would actually not be too crazy, especially if you live in town. The ghost cars can't really go on the 203, they can't really go on the highway because they're
yeah.
not that grade. But if you're around town, go on our 4th of July Facebook page and interact a little bit. I'm going to just imagine if you summon them to your neighborhood. We did a minor light parade through the Mobile Haven
Yeah.
mobile homes last year, which was really fun and got to see neighbors there. So if you were like, I want to host this thing, I want it at my house at 9:15 p.m., just get activated because it's like you'll get to know Sheldon, just like you said. It's community engagement. Like you actually just get to know the Pac-Man people, right? And then they become friends and they will totally bring a pizza to your house or, it's all a game, right? We're making this up as we go along. So
Yeah.
you're very much a part of the
And they
joy.
are super friendly. And
Super
that's a good segue into, if they have questions
Yeah.
for the 4th of July committee, what's the best way to reach out? How do they get last minute breaking information even beyond this podcast? Where do you live online?
Our Carnation 4th of July Facebook page is the breaking news hub of your dreams. We will live stream the parade if all goes according to our favor. There's always just like a may the odds be in your favor situation with the tech and media, but check on the 4th if you want to just be an at home parade watcher. We'll stream from there. We always post last minute updates. If we get a good question, we'll post it there too. If you have questions, go on and ask because our whole team can hit that page pretty quickly and get you answers, and it will help answer other people's questions too. And hit follow there because that will give you also updates year round when we set the theme, when we're doing grand marshal, etc. So we love to engage with you, and we'll also share whatever we see during flood season and stuff too, just things that we know are of interest to folks in the downtown core. So it's a pretty good spot, and then you get all the pictures too.
A page to follow
A
for
page to follow.
sure.
Mhm.
That's just the third.
That's just the third. Can you believe it? That could just be it, and you could rest and water your plants and work on next year's taxes if you need to. But you
So
don't want to do that
on the 4th,
on the 4th.
get so you've had your spaghetti dinner, you're full, but you partied.
You partied.
Now you're hungry and you're ready for breakfast. Where
You're
can they
ready for
get
more.
breakfast?
For years, the Tolt UCC, the stone church, that historic building at the north end of town, has been running this pancake breakfast. I actually heard this last week. It used to be the lead fundraiser for their Good Neighbor Fund. So, this is like if anybody falls on hard times, if you have fallen on hard times, you can go look up the Tolt UCC Good Neighbor Fund. They do help for electricity bill, whatever just like didn't happen correctly, they have your back. And it was their like big flagship fundraiser for that program for years. And it became such an important pillar in the community that people now fund it all kinds of ways. So this is now kind of their like tradition and celebration and community give back. So they literally, the church community picks strawberries from Remlinger's farm and they literally hand make strawberry jam to put on the pancake. So it's pancake breakfast, strawberry jam, there's sausages, there's veggie sausages. It's like everything you could want. So pancake breakfast is a kickoff. That's very fun because this year, like last year, no change from last year, the kiddie parade will line up on the north end of Tolt. So that means if you hit breakfast, get your pancakes, you will already be right in the zone outside the library, which is where the kiddies line up for their parade. So great place to start. They've got shade out there, really friendly people, good chance to know the
And that
community.
starts at 8 a.m. And
Starts at 8 a.m.
I think I saw to-go boxes.
I think they're to-go
Yeah.
boxes. They've got everything set up. Tables out there, but you can also take it to Tolt Commons, Triangle Park, wherever you want to be.
Yep. So 8 to 10:30. Get yourself some pancakes. Now, I personally have not participated in the pancakes because I prefer my breakfast as a strawberry shortcake.
Shorter and cakier.
Yes, which happens at the Snow Valley Senior Center. One of their fundraisers, it homemade shortcake, again, strawberries donated by Remlinger, a phenomenal strawberry shortcake to kick off your July 4th. And that happens, I'm looking, 10:30 a.m.
I think it's like 10:30 to maybe 1.
Yeah.
But this is the place where we give you
But they
the
sell
real
out.
advice. They do sell out.
Yeah.
And I'm going to also inform you through no fault of their own, they will sell out even if you reserved in advance, right? Because once it's gone, it's gone. If you reserve in advance, but you don't come until later, they don't know if you're coming.
Yeah.
So I kind of try to think like 10:30 to 12:30, 10:30 to parade. You do want to get in there early because you want to get that shortcake. I don't know, Sarah, do you have a favorite kind of shortcake? Are you more like angel food? Are you more dense biscuit like?
I would say the angel food.
Okay.
That used to be my favorite when I was a little girl, so I have a soft spot for
Okay, so like
shortcake.
this is
Yeah.
like a whole thing, right? Like everybody's
Yeah.
right. There's
Yeah.
no wrong shortcake. All the the berries there, I think, are also Remlinger berries. So they're like
Yes.
from the field right now. So it doesn't get any better than that. This shortcake is your more like Betty Crocker 1960s red cookbook version. So this is like not too sweet. It's a little more biscuity. So if you're angel food people, maybe you can afford to risk it and come closer to 1. But if you are like me and you were like, it's got to be the dense, crumbly one, you want to get there and you want to reserve in advance. You can go to the senior center's website, and that is the best way. So just be sure you get it in, get it early, and then don't forget.
So I probably had a favorite until I had one from July 4th.
Do you feel like that changed you?
I don't think I've ever had another shortcake since. So
If they like bottled a shortcake flavor,
that would,
I'm really good at.
Yeah.
I'll say. I mean, I'm not gonna come out swinging, but like I like my own shortcake. Okay, like I do like it. I don't feel that way about everything I make, but I do like my own shortcake. And if I had to, like, I'm not okay if I lose out on the
No,
senior
we-
centers.
we should talk
I'm
to
willing to say it's better.
Kelsey. See if
And
we can
just see if we
do
do
a
it more.
flavored strawberry shortcake drink.
Done. You
Yeah.
heard it here first.
Yeah. Okay.
Ryan, everybody.
Now, the other thing that happens in the morning. which
If
is-
you're slightly less food
if
oriented,
you're well,
but still food oriented.
still food oriented. There's a 5K run, Pies and Pints at Remlinger.
Legendary.
Yeah, and it's it is the thing to do because you get to run through some really phenomenal scenery.
So
It
pretty.
always my brother did it a few years ago. He came up from Phoenix, and he was blown away by what you get to run through with a bunch of your running friends, and that starts relatively early.
Pretty early. They run at 8:30.
Yeah.
So packet pickup, all that stuff is all in advance of that. You might do the turkey trot. Shout out to our friends at Carnation Chamber of Commerce. Turkey trot and Thanksgiving time is a beautiful time to run that course. 4th of July is another really beautiful time, so you don't want to miss it. It's still cool in the morning, which is delightful. And there are pies. There are pints. That is why they call it Pies and Pints. I will rep this year. The t-shirts that they got for the 5K are spectacular.
Yeah.
It is the semi-quincentennial. I think I think that's
Okay.
what is the 250th anniversary word. Put that on your Scrabble board. Semi-quincentennial birthday of this country, and they have done like a full stars and stripes motif that has your like still rolling your pies and pints. So the shirts are off the hook. Get a shirt. They also are selling challenge coins.
Okay.
This is subculture. Okay, I didn't really know about this. Some people are collecting spoons, etc. Some people, especially our veteran friends, are collecting challenge coins. So there's a really dope, only this year, single series Carnation 5K challenge coin that literally has Red Velvet, the cow, our unofficial 4th of July committee mascot, on the coin. Okay. So when you sign up for your race registration, which I think like 75% of you do after this time of the year, you are last minute signer uppers. We are counting on you. Okay. Get your sign up, plan for the shirt. It is a good idea. Get an extra. And then if you are challenge coin people, you can get them for collectibles or friends because they are totally dope.
Yeah. So packet pickup, 7 a.m. And that does give you just enough time if you want to run the 5K and get a shortcake. Last year, got up a little late, was a little late to get my strawberry shortcake. I was sort of at the tail end of it, and there were runners in line. So you do have time to do both of those. Now, speaking of red velvet, eventually we got to get red velvet here on the podcast.
I
Although
literally cannot wait. That's going to be the best
yeah.
day.
Now I have not asked my wife if I can bring red velvet into the podcast lounge, but we'll sort that out. I've done other things that maybe were questionable, and she still keeps me around, which is great. Okay, so Kitty Parade, 10:30. Line it up. Where should they line up?
At 11 is when it goes off.
Right.
10:30 is when you're lining up. Exactly. So think 10:30 in your head. You do not need to register in advance for Kitty Parade. So if you have kitties, go to the Kitty Parade lineup. It is just outside of Carnation Library, north end of town. That is a very shady spot. That is why we use it for Kitty Parade lineup. The parade does not actually cross that delightfully, temptingly shady spot. So that is why you want to not set up your stuff there. You just want to line up there. So you can set your stuff up down the course or down the route or the end of the parade route. You will see all of the floats. We'll have tons of also shaded space. People just don't think of setting up down there. So if you are a parent, you can have one stroller with your kids, you can have one stroller with your stuff and set up at the end of the route. That tends to actually work very well and will keep everybody cooler and closer to like IGA and emergency rations than at the north end. So go line up in front of the Carnation Library. Dawn Board is an amazing volunteer who has been coordinating lineup for like 20 years. She's incredible. Mosaic Montessori is going to help spot her this year. So you'll see some familiar friends out there for lineup and just jump in. We have a legendary photographer for the fourth, Travis Weatherby of Last Light, and he is always out there taking like the most unforgettable portraits of kids too. He just has such an eye and has his own kids too. So
Yeah.
get in line.
Decorate your bikes,
Decorate
decorate
your
your
bikes.
scooters, and just jump in there. And parents, if you want just a phenomenal photo of your kiddo coming down 203, which will be closed, so it's safe.
It will be
This is
close.
one time a year you can do this
Yep.
with whatever you want. Miller's in the backdrop, whatever you want, like Stoppa, whatever your favorite is. Travis will grab it.
Look for the guy with the kilt.
Yeah, yeah.
It's a glorious beard
Yes, that's
on our
true.
friend Travis. Like
Yep.
it is like full on like Viking grade beard.
Travis, wear a hat, buddy.
Seriously, we
Travis
gotta
was a
keep it cool.
little red on
We
top
gotta keep
after
it
the
cool.
block party.
Yeah, we gotta keep the sunscreen. Yeah.
All right. So Kitty Parade, line up at 10:30, 11 a.m. start time. That runs for about half an hour, depending on how quickly they come down the road. And then the big parade event,
It starts at 11:30.
11:30.
This is a little later than some of the other Valley
Yes.
event parades. I
Yes.
will highlight that. And the reason for that is so you can get there from the 5K after 5K
Yes.
award announcements. You might need to hustle a little bit. You can leave your car at Remlinger. Parking is free at Remlinger for everyone, regardless of 5K all day long.
Well, and you're going to end up there anyways.
You're going to end up there anyway, so leave your car, 15-minute walk on the trail. Sometimes we get emails from out-of-towners saying, can we get off the trail in downtown? Like, is it a bridge? No, you can just hop off the trail wherever you want. So really easy access. The main grand parade will go at 11:30. Right before then, you want to be in place, right? Because we have the local Girl Scout troop will raise the flag in front of Empower Youth. We will have an awesome national anthem, so there will be a moment there. This year, we are piloting expanded speaker coverage. That's kind of an exciting
Yeah.
news. So there will be more amplified sound all the way down the parade route. So we'll experiment with that. So you should be able to hear national anthem all the way around. And then the main parade. It's usually about 40 floats or entries. So it's like this is a substantive parade, people. Okay,
Yeah.
like it's I was at Fall City Days. I love a country parade. When we signed up to help with this parade, we kind of thought it was a country parade. This is a very substantive parade. We are in the country, but it is a serious parade. We just have so many awesome returners. We have some new surprises for you. So be in your spot well before 11:30 when that goes off. People always ask when. They start setting their stuff up pretty early. I would say be respectful. Your stuff can get taken.
Yeah.
We can't enforce not taking your stuff. So I would set it up, come out for pancakes, find a spot to set up. The big thing in the parade is have you ever heard the word bioswale?
Yeah.
Okay,
Mm.
I'm new to
I've
that
got one right
word.
out here.
I'm
No,
getting
I
like
haven't heard.
bios plus whale. I have a lot of feeling, a lot of like connotations to this word. A bioswale are those little planters downtown where there's like usually really cute decorations. There are teeny tiny daisies. It is a little bit of habitat. It is giving drainage value. We would like to have a zero trampling standard for our bioswales.
Yeah.
Okay, so when you're setting up, just think ecologically. We all are guests on Snoqualmie land here. Okay. So we want to just like honor the earth. That's the thing that sustains us. And don't set up your chairs in the bioswales, aka those planter boxes, and just like watch kids trampling feet on the flowers and plants,
Yeah, and be
please.
careful if you're hopping over because those curbs are a little tall.
They can be
Just
gnarly.
just be aware.
Yep.
The other thing, be courteous.
Be courteous.
It is
Good.
standing room only by the time the parade starts. If somebody says, "Hey, I can't stand for the whole thing. Do you mind if I have a spot?" Try and make some room. Give them a ability to take a seat. Um, but it is standing room only.
It really is.
But you can see. I mean, you'll the floats are there.
The little chairs will help you, a blanket will help you. I do recommend if you are, especially if you're a parent, we're parents, so we're always like, all right, what's the scoop? You want to set up out of the streets. Like
Yes.
sometimes people will stand in some of the streets on the route, and situationally that's okay. I will say, I believe every one of the last 3 years, the fire engine that leads the parade has been called onto duty literally during the
Yeah.
parade.
It's
Like the odds of this are not that high, except it's a very hot day. So just please think a little bit ahead because we will clear those streets and you will be off of the street, right? Because that is like all the big people who need to like really respond.
yep.
So just if you
Again,
have the
it's
wherewithal, be on the sidewalk, put your stuff where you want it, and then be gracious and work together.
Yeah,
Really
again,
helps.
it's a safety thing. It's not a
Safety.
bunch of people trying to tell you what to do. So be aware of that. And then that runs awards about 12:30.
Yeah.
There's also a number of performances in front of the stage from some of the parade participants. Um,
Like Stop a
and
Dancing Horses are back this
yeah,
year. Always a
and
classic.
this time they'll be dry.
Yes.
Yes. And a car
After
show
Duval days. Yep.
at the Carnation Cafe is going on.
Hmm.
You still got your basketball tourney. And then as things, and there's Vendor Row,
Hmm.
which is right at the Commons.
Hmm.
So go check out some amazing vendors and what they're doing. There's food, there's other things going on all over. It's a very busy time. And from 2 to 4, so after things start to kind of slow down and they start reopening the 203, the Glory Bumps are at Pete's this year. And so you can hop into Pete's, their outdoor garden. I believe
I
they'll
think that's
have
all ages
the
out
Glory
there.
Bumps. Yeah. So they're all ages till about 9 o'clock. So
Yep.
any shows during the day, you can certainly go all ages. And so that rounds out your day.
There are slices of pizza at Red Pepper.
Yeah.
That's something I found out by accident, and that has become my go-to right after the parade when I'm like, "Oh, I'm so excited. What do I do?" And then I get like 3 slices of pepperoni and I don't make a tower of them. I eat them all one on one. But if you miss this shortcake window, slices are easy. The downtown businesses are open,
Yeah.
so go visit them, give them love. But there will also be those other options at Toll Commons. There will be a kid zone also at Toll Commons this year. Mosaic Montessori is just like stepping right up to the plate. So there will be fun stuff for kids on the lawn, probably some kind of petting zoo out there. So enjoy. Usually Blue Iris has also been doing some craft vendor fair. So that's another spot if you kind of feel like you got your crowds or you need a little shade. Blue Iris will have stuff going on as well. Color Carnation, I think, is also open. So just check our website. That's the best place, and or Chamber of Commerce for who's open on the 4th. We'll have a guide circulating and it'll all be posted on social media so that you can figure out where you want to go to fill in the day
Yeah.
if you want
And that's
shade or a rest.
carnationfourth.org
Right.
for all of that information. And do as much as little, do all of it. It is a long day. I try to do all of it.
Get a little
Usually I
nap if you need
survive.
to. Naps are good.
Yeah. Rest the feet a little bit, find some shade, stay hydrated. But if that wasn't enough for you, we
The
have,
real event is on its way. I
oh
mean, the
my gosh.
crowning glory.
Yeah. At 4:30, the gates open. And if you've not been to this venue, it is another absolute treasure that STG has brought to us here in the Valley. The Remlinger Concerts at the Farm venue is something else to behold. It is so much fun. I'm just going to start because I haven't been able to tell enough people at STG this. Sarah, my wife does not like crowds. She just, which is why she doesn't usually end up at venues in Seattle. And if we do, we generally try and do the VIP. That helps a little bit. She is perfectly comfortable at Remlinger. Perfectly comfortable. There's always space to go and find your own little space. You can hear everything. You can see everything. It is an absolute amazing venue that Remlinger has and SGG have put together. And this is your chance to get in because this is not ticketed.
Not ticketed.
This
It's
is
totally
this
free.
is free. Gates open at 4:30. Bring a little chair, lots of lawn,
Lots of lawn.
lots of lawn, and check out Remlinger's Concerts at the Farm by STG. And Sarah, STG has brought an amazing lineup to us, all different genres, but they're all alumni of your programs.
Yeah, I want to before we get into the lineup, I want to say that before STG was doing concerts at Remlinger, I my family actually came out for the Great Carnation 4th of July. And it was a great time to, once the gates opened, to lay on the grass. So after you have your pizza
Yeah.
and your shortcake, to just chill for a minute
Yeah.
on the grass, bring a little umbrella. That's what we did. And I have 2 young kids, and it was so nice to have that space to just chill. And then once the music started, it was so nice. So so I've been a fan for a while, and I feel really honored that Megan reached out, and Remlinger Farm reached out and asked us to bring some music, and it aligned perfectly with STG. We have a program called More Music at the More. This is our 25th year. It's our milestone year. So what it is, it's an artist development program for ages 14 to 21, all different styles. And we do a concert at the Moore Theater in Seattle. And we bring together everything from hip hop to opera to country to K-pop to metal to, I mean, you name it. I think mariachi, that's the one that I'm still trying for. And we've got some good prospects, but I mean everything else. So yeah, this lineup that we have for the 4th is all alumni. Some great young artists from all over the region. We started off at 5 o'clock with Welsh and Company. They're alumni. They're still in their late teens, early 20s. They're now starting to go to college. But this 5-piece band, they're incredible. All multi-instrumentalists, all so proficient. You would think that they were like 80 years old.
I did not think that they were like teenagers. That is
Yeah.
not what I thought. I have seen their stuff. It's so good.
They're so good. And they do sort of outlaw country. They do Grateful Dead. They do Americana. So all of you like Billy Strings fans, all of you Grateful Dead fans, all of you, Sierra Farrell, like all of that kind of fun new country and Americana and bluegrass. They do it all, which is super fun. And it's led by twins, Nico and Carlo. They're great. So they were just in our program in 2024. And then we have More Music at the More is all about collaboration. So we were like, how can we bring that spirit to the 4th of July, to Remlinger? And your theme is Better Together.
That's our theme for this year.
So we were like, how perfect that this program is all about collaboration. More Music at the More is all about collaboration. So let's bring that to the show. So we have Zan Fiscum from Maple Valley. She just played Block Party.
She did, and
So
just blew the house off.
She's out of control.
so so insanely talented. She was in More Music at the More back in 2018. And so it's really cool to see her journey. She's gone on The Voice, and now she's doing so well. So we're bringing her and her band to Remlinger, and then also Jeza Dahone, who is she started off singing in church, then she actually started singing opera, and also sings R&B again. Like, I don't
Versatility.
versatility, so much talent, and she's in her young 20s. She was in our program in 2017 and got to be mentored by Robert Glasper. Any of you jazz fans out there, neo soul, Robert Glasper is amazing, and he got to work with our artists, so she was part of that camp. So Zan and Jeza are going to do a collaborative song too, so I am so excited for that original. That's going to be really fun.
So I've been listening to some of Jaza's stuff and her more performance. I don't know if the Valley's ready for this voice.
You might not be ready. Look, like this is a growth moment. This is a growth mindset opportunity.
You can
to be expanded.
Remlinger has free parking.
It has free parking.
Okay, we usually walk because you can see I need the exercise, but you'll want to get there well in advance of Jeza hitting the stage, because if you just get an inkling in the wind of this voice, you're going to feel bad that you were not there.
You don't want to hear it from the trail.
Her voice is something special. I mean, I love Zan, seen Zan numerous times. I'm super excited for the collaboration, but having the new voice in the Valley and Jaza's just, I cannot wait. I'll be front and center for sure.
Awesome.
On this one.
Yeah, I mean, it's good that it's outside because she would literally blow the roof off. It would be, it's good.
You already raised that roof.
Yeah.
It is off.
Yeah. And then we close out the night with Rub. So they are not alums of our programs, other than Sean Crawford, the incredible bass player, guitarist that is part of Rub. He was one of our mentors. But for those of you that went to the Sparkle Party, they were the band this year for the Sparkle Party. They are all about feel good, good vibes, positivity, all of their lyrics. That's what it's about. It's like, there's some rough times out there, there's some hard times, but we are in this, we can do this, and that's what they're all about.
Yeah, and I'm bringing my dancing shoes because as I got into Rub's material more and more, and that connection now back to Remlinger, it reminded me of Jungle, who came through concerts at the farm, and sort of that high energy. I don't want to say disco, because that may put people off. But I mean, you've got that energy, you've got that vibe, you got that feeling. You'll be dancing.
Yeah.
You'll be dancing for sure.
They say they're genreless. They're like, we just want to feel good. We want people to dance. Oftentimes they will bring dancers with them. And so they're bringing the party. And it's leading up to the fireworks. So we're raising the vibes and bringing the party.
So I have a question for you, because everybody here is either an alumni of your program or a mentor of your program, which is, I think, very representative of an area of STG that not a lot of people either realize or get a chance to see all in one event. And what does that mean to you when you see these year after year alumni take a newer stage for STG and making it a free event for this community that you're starting to embrace and understand over time? And what does that mean for you?
It's exciting because one, I feel honored, with STG, we're honored to be a part of these journeys that, certainly it's not, we don't take credit, we're not responsible, but the fact that there are these incredible artists and we get to be a part of their journeys, it's amazing. And, I don't live in Seattle. I happen to live in Snohomish. So I know that there's art and music everywhere. And for me, it's like, how can we continue to help that thrive throughout our region? How can we support that with our artists that are living outside of the city? How can we provide opportunities still in Seattle, but also in a variety of areas? We love Carnation. We don't want people we know what it feels like to be out of the club area and want to still have music. I mean, Carnation is so lucky. You've got Miller's, you've got Pete's, you've got the Tolt Club. I mean, there's a lot going on out here, and certainly, we are just privileged and honored to be a part of that, and to just connect with the community out here. And
Yeah, and I
yeah.
talk to artists pretty regularly, and the message I'm trying to get across is you don't really need to go into Seattle. You can, if you have aspirations to start a music career, all of your friends are here, your collaborators are here. There's great promotion here. Uh, we can build a business here, and that is starting to come together in a more real sense, because it's been so much about live music and live venues and playing live. Uh, but one of the things I'm trying to do, or what I'm seeing more and more, is I see these amazing lineups, and then I go and I try and find their music online. We're talking about music discovery and how social media sort of changed that. And sometimes the artists just don't, they haven't recorded yet, or they haven't
Mhm.
distributed in a way that allows for their music to be attached to some of these social media posts. And so they really do live in a live space. And there's this whole other aspect of visibility. And I want to be able to do that and continue to do that here. And I think STG can be a part of that. I know other promoters are looking to expand that. So the Valley, not so much, although I think we will become a destination for artists, because I truly believe in uh, space as muse, and
Mm.
I think the Valley has been that for a very long time. But I also think this draw that you have to go into Seattle, um, is, let's break down those barriers and really build the rest of the music community here, and that's what we're trying to do here at Tolt Records. One other tidbit I don't know if you two know about, but there is a tie-in with Zan
Mm.
and Maggie Ferguson.
Oh.
Oh.
She's featured on one of the tracks of their latest album.
Wow,
Ah,
I
I
love
did not know.
that.
I feel like she's opened for them. That is awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's
So
a through line. There's a hidden
Yeah.
Better Together through line that we
yes,
had to come here to Tolt Records to find.
That's
and
right.
so you think about what STG is bringing from their alumni and mentors and this great lineup, but these sorts of things in Carnation, and I see it all the time. And the more that I'm here and the more I'm in the Valley, these collaborations that happen here, just because we've got this amazing community of musicians that both live here or come through here. And this lineup at Remlinger on the 4th, um, gives us another view of mentorship and artist development, and how the backing of a nonprofit can really help launch careers. And so, if you are an artist and a musician, will there be STG people walking around?
We will have some information because we do have programs for all ages. It's not just for youth. We have a great songwriter. It's called Songwriters Rooms, and that's for 18 and up. We actually have some that's taking place at Cary Hall and Capitol Hill. And we do have some folks from Carnation that have been coming out, which is super cool. And, we are trying to do more out. So maybe there's going to be some things happening.
And maybe we could do
Maybe we can
more things
collaborate
here.
and do things
I mean, we've
out
got some good
here.
And we're
venues.
seeding the
Um,
threads too, because like
that's
originally when
right.
we reached out, Sarah was like, I mean, there are artists from Carnation area. Correct me if I'm
Yeah.
remembering it correctly. There are artists from Carnation area who have been on this journey already, like seeded from here, right? Like the
Yep.
future we want. Again, the seeds were in the ground, right? By the time it's spring, you don't always notice. And so Sarah's like, I mean, we have artists from Carnation. You guys have done things before where
Mhm.
there are those kind of readbacks of somebody that's like literally from the valley returning back to where they're from, the prodigal son daughter person, and then kind of returning all the learning. And so originally we were like, do we do that for the fourth? And we're like, the fourth is kind of vacation time, right?
Yeah.
Like, there's folks performing, which is real work, but then everybody else, like, we wanted this to be the take the load off time. But my hope is that it is space as muse. I love that. I don't think I've heard that
Yeah.
before. And that
Sweet.
this is kind of it's still not the very beginning, but this is still the beginning of the beginning of how these kind of partnerships can weave together and help out with all these journeys.
Absolutely.
And I read somewhere. Well, I've got the schedule. That's where I read it.
Got it.
8:30 is rub,
Yes.
and you're just gonna dance your pants off.
Right until the fireworks
I mean,
start.
it is all ages, so try and keep
Yeah.
your pants on, but
You can wear extra pants.
wear extra pants.
Costume pants, then your tearaway pants, and then your regular pants or biking shorts underneath.
Yeah.
That
So
would be fine.
Dance your socks off.
Dance them off.
Dance them off, and that'll run till about 9:45. We're just about the right time to set off some fireworks.
I want you parked. This is me personally. You do not have to do what I say, nor would you, right? Which is good. This is a free country. Look, 9:30 is when I want you parked at Remlinger already, if you want to make it for the fireworks. Of
Fireworks,
course, you're already going to get here for this whole production, but I want you parked and standing outside of the emu gate. This is the south gate at Remlinger, right by those emus, right by the trail, my friends. It's not the normal gate. So I want you standing out ready to go at 9:30, and I want your butt in your seat at 9:45. Where do the fireworks come off? We get this question every year. There's the stage at Remlinger. It's the opposite direction. Okay. It's actually not a bad idea to be close to the stage because when you turn around, being farther away is going to give you a better sight line to the fireworks above the trees. You guys listen to the podcast so you get all the facts. Okay. So be in place. Imagine, I want you to believe in your mind that the fireworks will be shot off at 9:45. And if you are still getting your, stroller, what's that thing we drive with our kids in it? If you're getting your wagon to your spot at 9:45, I want you to know you might miss them and be so sad and be like, why'd they go off so early? And I will tell you because that is what I put on my poster because I want you to enjoy your experience, all right? Plan for 9:45. We'll try to stretch it, the sun goes down a little bit later, but plan for 9:45. Be ready and in your seats. We are working on something for the fireworks this year. I do not know if we're going to have it launch this year, but I will do a teaser for it because it's possible that this will be one of the Easter egg surprises as we get closer. We are working with our fireworks people on the possibility that there is room for a couple folks to go and tour where they set up all the fireworks. This is the biggest fireworks show we've ever done for the 4th of July. We more than doubled what we put into fireworks for this year. Tariffs did not help us, but still we went big for it. And there's a chance we may be able to do a behind the scenes tour of fireworks where a couple of folks also might get to watch the fireworks go off from literally right underneath them.
Yeah, so all you pyro
All you pyro people, we may auction this off. We're looking at it for this year, but we're just cultivating other ways for people to really experience what you said earlier, Ryan. This is not a no, it's not a spectator culture, really. You are the town. You either hold up the tent or it falls down when you're in a small place that requires resilience. So we just want to amp that experience of kind of getting to be close and be under it. And even if you're on the parade field, you are going to just have an incredible show. Travis Weatherby, another shout out. He's another pyro.
Yes, he is. And if so, last year we did a podcast with Travis where I know all of you watched it and you learned that that's why it was last light photography, because Travis is a nighttime photographer. He started shooting the aurora. He's big into colors. He loves the pyro fireworks, and he is your man for understanding why pyrotechnics and fireworks are an art form. I was going to mention Travis because if you get confused about where to watch the fireworks, about 10 to 15 minutes before the expected end of Rub, find the Viking himself.
Find the Viking.
Travis in a
the kilt.
Find where he set up his camera and where it is pointed and just look in that direction.
That is, in fact, the answer. We did take it a step farther this year, compliant with all local laws and all the requirements of our insurance, and we let Travis basically help the fireworks company design how they do the show.
Yeah.
So we are expecting maybe even more shooting locations this year. Again, God willing, subject to all implementation things. So we are letting the photographer artist actually help dictate some of the majesty. So I will say, I think it's good to be humble. The fireworks show the last couple of years in Carnation has been slightly idiosyncratic on the timing. We have been still hand firing. That is an old timer pyro lifer preference. And some of the new kids in town like to electronically fire. We are making the technological leap this year into an electronically fired show.
Yeah.
So my hope for myself is that we know when the show is over. I think last year we had a couple is it overs? So, Again, it's a small town, right? So we're all working together and learning as we go. So my hope is it's going to be just a spectacular show and that Travis's creative fingerprints will be all over it in a totally compliant and insurance friendly manner.
Yeah. So I just want to run real quick because this podcast episode came together pretty quickly, and I appreciate you working between your schedules, but I know we've got a hard stop, as they say. Although I've left my corporate job, so it's hard for me to say that again. But I know we need to wrap up. Pancakes, get your morning going, and there is a 5K run which you can still sign up for. Make sure you get your strawberry shortcake. The kiddie parade starts at 11 with a 10:30 lineup. The actual parade at 11:30, that's about an hour. Then performances in front of the main stage, which would include the awards, about 12:30. Car show goes on all day. Basketball tourney goes on all day. And after things start to wind down from the vendor village about 2 o'clock and they start to reopen the road, you've got a chance to see the glory bumps at Pete's. And then the big come out
The
and see
shebang.
concerts at the farm. And what STG has brought to us here, go to Remlinger. Those gates open at 4:30, and that runs through the rest of the night with fireworks.
Till about 10:15. I will say this is on the posters. You will see no dogs with fireworks. You have to know that it's not right for the animal. So we're not doing dogs with fireworks. That's the thing. No outside alcohol because that is a fully fenced area. So there is a beer garden. You do not have to stay in some little ring. You can bring it back to your table or your picnic area, and then you can bring a picnic. So you can bring all the food, all your food that you prepped from your house. So just know that for Remlinger. And then the big underline on parking, park at Remlinger. You can park at Harvold Blueberry Farm, not Harvold, Henna.
Hannah.
Got to say the right one.
Yeah.
I'm going to actually do that so in case you want to edit it. Park at Remlinger on the south end. Park at Henna Blueberry Farm on the north end if you want. Those are 15 or 20-minute walks on the trail to downtown. Really nice walk, fully shaded. Pack your water. Okay, so park outside town. If you are ADA, if you need accessible parking, Tolt Elementary is your friend. If you must get in somewhere closer for mobility, you can also park at Tolt Middle School. All right, though that's the parking landscape. Do not break our barricades, please, because our CERT volunteers are the people who will bail you out of floods, and we will not demoralize them.
Yes. Yeah,
Yes.
there's some really good people. They're good enough to say hello and introduce yourself.
They're
for
the
sure.
nicest. And join their program and take a disaster training class, and then you will be so prepared.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially with well, that's a whole nother show.
That's a whole nother
It's a
show.
whole nother show.
This was the best. We can obviously keep doing more of them. We're having way too much fun on the
Sarah.
couches.
Anything else?
I'm just excited for the 4th. Thank you again for letting us come out and bring some of these artists. If you're interested in seeing this year's More Music at the More, I have to do the plug.
Do the plug.
August 7th at the More. Adam Blackstone is our music director, which he is like the music director right now. He's the music director for Jay-Z and Justin Timberlake and all the people, and he'll be there performing with some youth. So we'll see you there.
Excellent.
Make the trip. I know you can go into Seattle sometimes. That can
Is it
be
on
fun.
Capitol Hill?
The Moore Theater is downtown.
Okay.
It's on 2nd and Virginia, basically.
So you can take the train.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because now you can take you just park at Redmond Transit Center or
Yeah.
South Bellevue Station if you want it to be really short. There's like so much parking. It is so accessible now.
So easy.
Yeah, the Moore's super easy to get to, and all the STG venues are beautiful, and they do a phenomenal job. Super inviting, in Seattle. And how can they get more information? You have a
Yeah,
website.
we do.
Still.
stgpresents.org. Yeah, still have that. Also on Instagram, on Facebook, all of the socials. So
Excellent.
yeah. But first, come to the great Carnation 4th of July.
Yes.
So
Yeah, I will see
we'll see you there.
everybody there, all of our neighbors. And if you're not from Carnation, of course come down.
Come, become a lifer.
Yeah. I
Mhm.
mean, we love to share the lands, and
Fans.
yeah, it's just a great little place that we love to call home. And so we'll see you there. But this has been
This has been the bomb. This is what this is about too. Like, thank you guys so much. Thanks, Ryan, for having us. And like, Sarah, thanks for playing with us and just
Thank
creating
you.
together. Like you guys, STG talks about community, but I just cannot say enough like what a gracious partner you guys have been to help us create something that is both awesome like as a product, but also just has people that are working together to produce wonderful music and enjoy the day. So thanks for walking your walk and helping sustain our community spaces too. We really appreciate it.
Thank you again. Really appreciate it. So
Absolutely. And
better
we'll do
together,
we'll
right?
do
Better
more.
together.
We'll do more
It's just the
Yes,
beginning.
when you're in
please.
town. We'll talk
Please.
more about STG.
Yeah.
And but this has been another episode of the Meandering Mixtape. This is our wrap up for July 4th in Carnation, Washington. We hope to see everybody out there for the whole day. Get ready, stay hydrated, find some shade because it is a full day and you do not want to miss Massey Ferguson on the 3rd, the whole music lineup on the 4th, and it is America's 250th. So it is a time to party and celebrate freedom and music and arts and strawberry shortcake and everything else going on. So thank you so much for listening and watching, and
We'll
say
see you
goodbye
next
to the
time.
people. We'll see you next time.
Bye.